Going? Oh, hey. Hey, Tubes. Jonathan was wrong. Blah, blah, blah. It's been a while, right? Jonathan was wrong here. Truth in the budget. The angle's wicked weird. I think you can see me, but the phone is like behind my steering wheel. But I think you can see me. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. Hi. It's been a minute. Been a little busy. And gosh, I got a vacation coming up soon. Might do some more woodland survival videos. We'll see where I go. Thinking about going going up to Laconia. I love it up there. Like I'm not a biker, you know. I'm not into like the biker scene, but I love Laconia. I just I like the it's kind of what Hull used to be like, but now Hull's kind of like way more commercial. But anyway, blah blah blah. So other than saying hi, it's been a minute. Wanted to talk about something I've noticed, a trend I've noticed throughout the UK. There's been a real big like anti-flat Earth, reality, pro-establishment type thing going on. Like whenever I see videos talking about like, how the Earth is actually flat, blah blah blah, crap like that, science is, the scientific field is real, the government's not trying to hurt you, you tinfoil hat people, blah blah blah. A lot of them are coming out of the UK. I think specifically Britain. For some reason, I think, like, I don't know, I feel like British people like to say the UK. I feel like Scottish people say Scotland. People from Wales probably say they're Welsh. Only the people from Britain say the UK. But anyway, I could be wrong. Just I've noticed if anyone says they're from the UK, they're from Britain, not from Scotland or Wales. And Ireland is not part of the UK. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. I've noticed a massive, it seems like a lot of the people who are making videos or like attacking or like attack vids are all British. And it's like, it's making me wonder if if there's a strong propaganda system there, if they're working off the, I know I'm probably going to be called racist for this, but working off the British tendency to become pompous in their knowledge. They're big on technocracy over there. Knowledge rules. It's an old system that predates technology over in England. Over in Europe, really. I mean, look at the whole Lutheran revolution was based on the fact that, and in I believe it's Germany, they just wanted to be able to read the Bible for themselves. They didn't like how the Catholic Church had control over all that, which they shouldn't. And you should be able to read the Bible for yourself, which is the whole purpose of the Bible, so you could have access to the Word. See where the Spirit takes you when you're partaking in the Word. It's a physical experience that must be done personally between you and the Bible, because unfortunately we don't have safe teachers anymore. You can't always trust your especially if they're taking the tax-free credit. But anyway, to try to stay on point, though there's really not much to talk about really, other than that. I've noticed a lot of them are British, and it's just strange to me, and I can't help but wonder why. When I see something reoccurring over and over again, my first question is why? Why is this happening? Why is this trend occurring? So if anyone knows anything I don't, let me know. Going to the bank right now. Long story, I gotta monitor my funds for a while. Sometimes you get screwed when you try to help people out. Doesn't mean I'm gonna stop helping people out though. Just a sec! And I'm back. Gosh, living out of your car is a great way to save money. Even though you got to eat out all the time. I have more money now from like one of the least paying jobs I've ever had. Paying rent is such a massive waste of money. Such a huge waste of money. I mean, you're paying for basically the ability to, you know, take regular showers in a comfortable dump. I mean, obviously, if you're a woman, I can imagine it'd be a lot, you know, crappier, especially because of all the extra fun women stuff that women have to deal with their bodies. I could see where wanting to take a shower would be a bigger deal. And me just being like, oh man, I'm sweaty, I could sure use a shower. Anyway, blah blah blah. Gosh, trying to think about anything else I wanted to talk about. Not really. I mean, I don't know, more of the same. I cited that 2019 is possibly going to be the I don't talk enough to people anymore. That 2019 was going to be the year of disclosure, and I'm pretty sure it is. It's looking like it is. You know, with this Storm 51. There's a lot of theories on that. The theory I like the most is that they can easily stage an event because no one's going to be out there. It's 15 miles from the no-go zone, I heard. So none of these. You think friggin' PewDiePie is gonna last 15 miles in the desert? You know, people like that, all those 4chan knuckleheads. You know, you think those pencil neck losers are gonna like make it in the desert? I don't think they make a mile in the desert. Mile in the desert, that's a good 15-20 minutes of walking, because you got to keep in mind you're walking in sand. You know, have you ever taken a long walk in loose sand? It's a lot more exhausting than a walking on something solid, that's for sure. Good jam. Can you hear that Whitney Houston from the car next to me? Anyway, yeah. So I think that what they either people are going to show up and they're going to actually be able to do something, or you know, not enough people are going to show up, or no one's going to show up because they're all a bunch of lazy puds anyway, and they're just going to fake something. I mean, it's already a military base. It's already a controlled environment. It's like it's probably a black level base too, or at least level 3. You know, we're talking. You know, it's at least a level. Basically, not for regular soldiers type area. So anyone there is going to be playing ball with whatever narrative that they're told to play. So I don't know. I'm smelling fake event. I forget when it's even supposed to go down. I'm not paying enough attention to it. It's just so hard sometimes to pay attention to everything, because it's all such crap. It's all such bull crap. I just get tired of it. But you can go. You're already out there. Go for it. You go for it. You go, girl. I don't know if it's a male or female. I'm just saying that. They were moving tentatively. Did I miss my turn? Oh, poop, I missed my turn. Sorry. So, yeah, faked event, most likely, because I don't know what else they could be planning to do there. It's a military facility. They don't have aliens there, we all know that. It's not, I'm not even sure if it's a research area, who knows, Like, I don't think it's an R&D area. I think it's just a training facility. But I don't know, because I'm not high level in the military, so I have no idea what they're doing over there. Oh, I think this might be my turn. I'm taking it. We'll find out. We'll find out together. Yeah, this is a good turn. Sorry, honey, I'm turning. Anyway, so yeah, it's about it. Anyone else have any thoughts or ideas of what might be going with the whole Storm 51 thing? Because obviously anyone who does it's going to be toast. Like that, no regular person's going to make it to the base. Period. No one's going to ninja in. If I would love it in a sort of a dark way. If a bunch of knuckleheads did try to rush it, and got literally nowhere. They imagine them running in from the entrance and just going full donkey and like just oh, this is a little bit of a shortcut. I like this. Yeah, just imagine all these pencil neck wimpos, internet troll, losers, doing a run-in sprint from the entrance and getting like few hundred yards in, maybe, where they're huffing and puffing. None of them are gonna come supplied well enough. They're not gonna bring tactical sashes or the correct clothing or enough water. They're not going to be able to carry enough water. None of these people have ever humped it, let alone humped it in a desert. It's a totally different hump. It's totally different. I'll take mangroves and forest and I'll take forest in the middle of the night before I would take desert during the day, or night for that matter. You stay out of the desert. The desert's the ultimate wilderness. You don't go in the desert unless you're a total badass. The only people that live in the desert, in it, were like the original Israelites and like the Bedouin tribesmen, and who else? Friggin' like hardcore like giant slaying Indians. Pretty sure the Bedouins slayed giants too, and obviously the early Israelites also slayed giants. So if you're gonna live in go out and live in the wilderness, you're either gonna be John the Baptist or come from a long line of like badass military giant slayers. So stay out of the desert if you're a regular person. You don't belong there. It's a rough place. What, are you trying to pass me? Why would you even try? Gosh darn! Don't you love it when you pull over for an ambulance and the dickhead behind you tries to pass you? What a dickhead! Any real rush? You're going on the highway right here anyway. You're trying to pass me so you can get a car length ahead of me so you can hop on the highway. What a dick! Hi, I'm back. What a dick. Sorry, I can't stand these people. These dumb monkeys. Really gonna jack someone like that for when you're getting off that road in another 300 feet? What a, anyway, yeah, stay out of the desert unless you're a giant slayer. Aliens aren't real. British people need to stop drinking their tap water. I know the national beverage is boiling water if you're British, but maybe filter that water before you boil it. I don't think you're boiling out all the fluoride. I'm not sure if that you can even boil out fluoride. I'm missing every chance I have to get coffee too. I'm totally screwing this up. Where's this guy going? What are you doing, boy? What are you doing, boy? What is this garbage in the road? There's literally a ton of garbage in the road. I don't know if that's a piece of wood. Yeah. That's about it, I think. Sorry, it's been a minute. I don't even know what to cover most of the time because it's all like. I feel like it's all like, I don't know, it's all the same to me. Like, not really, yeah, I'm seeing the same crap. I mean, I'm still getting trolls from the that Polaris video. It's up to almost 5,000 views. I think it was like 4.3 thousand or something, 4 point something, I don't know. Close to 4,500. Of course, you know, that's you know, 4,500 people giving me crap. Very, you know, it's interesting too, because occasionally I'll have a free minute when, you know, I'll see a notification that's someone challenging me, you know, and I'll take them up, and the second I haven't backed into a corner, they just get virulent and weird, and it's just like, I don't know if it's cognitive dissonance, you know, I don't know if they're chugging that Kool-Aid, or they're like actually trying to have a debate, you know, and it's just like, you know, I just want to have a debate every now and again, rather than have someone just calling me an idiot. Because the debate's easy, because there's just, man, I'm getting jacked on every friggin' light here. Like the debate is simple because it's provable. It's been proven. As far as I'm concerned, the Earth being flat and stationary is old news. I mean, I saw it for myself. I saw the size and scope. I saw the explosion in China across the friggin' ocean. Lord be praised, I was walking the beach about, you know, 5 in the morning, and I just turned my head and looked, one last look at the ocean for no reason at all, and I saw a massive orange, crazy, weird explosion-looking thing that lit up the whole sky. And I saw the size and scope, and I saw a flatness and a dome. And at the time, I didn't know what I saw. I saw it a year plus before I came to a full understanding of the Earth being flat and stationary. I did not know what I saw when I saw it, and I looked into every scientific thing I could find for any, you know, cosmic explosions, because I could not, from my current understanding, I could not possibly, you know, try to even surmise what I had just seen, because it didn't make sense. If it wasn't a star exploding, I didn't know what I just saw, but it didn't make sense anyway, because I saw the complete flatness, and then I saw the dome. I saw it. You know, I saw it. The explosion was contained with the light was contained within the firmament, and there was no sun up and there was no moon, and I saw the whole darn thing. It was shown to me. I didn't know what I saw at the time, but I later knew, and I knew that I knew. So it's not even like something I have to defend, because I already know it for a fact. Other than there's provable natural occurrences all over the Earth that prove it being flat and stationary. And one of the most damning things there is the entirety of the airplane. Everything about the airplane. Everything. If you've ever taken a flight and you've looked out the window, you saw it. You saw a stationary, flat object. You weren't looking down at a rapidly spinning ball. It wasn't there. You saw the clouds going out flat in a flat plane when you were, you know, over a mile up. You saw it for yourself. You just didn't know that you saw it. Anyone who's taken an airplane has seen it. Anyone who lives on the ocean has seen it. If you look from horizon to horizon, it's flat. There's no curve anywhere. Nowhere on the Earth is there a curvature. Other than, you know, hills. I'm talking about on the ground. It's flat. It's flat and it's stationary, and it doesn't make sense otherwise. A spinning ball doesn't make sense. The physics don't make sense. It'd be a mess. The Earth would have to be so huge to accommodate its spinning. It would have to be like twice the size of Jupiter for that to even work. Otherwise, it'd be a nightmare. The second you left the Earth, the floor of the Earth itself, and you were by Newtonian physics, the second you leave the Earth, you're at the, you know, the mercy of the planet, and it's spinning. And that never happens. Ever. You hear NASA talking about it when they're re-entering, supposedly. But it's not, we don't see it. Just like we don't see any of it. We don't see solar flares, even though they supposedly happen all the time. I've seen footage from NASA of solar flares twice the length of the sun. You think someone would have saw that, right? It was twice the length of the sun. It would have lit up the whole damn sky. You would have seen a Lovecraftian plasma tentacle whip out of the sun and then dissipate, or head hurtle, or come flying at us and do massive amounts of damage. It's no one's ever witnessed it. But anyway, gosh, I just prefaced me saying I don't really, care to talk about how the Earth's flat and stationary anymore because it's old news, and then go off on a tangent about how it's flat and stationary. But anyway, it is, and it's a fact. Take a look. It's so easily proven. Prove that it's a spinning ball. You can't. You can't prove. There's no evidence. What? Because the sun and the moon moves across the sky. Watch it. Watch it move across the sky. It gets small then big. You can see the light through the clouds at an angle. It's old news. Take a look. Stop drinking the Kool-Aid. But anyway, tell my UK buddy, stop drinking the Kool-Aid. And boiling that water is not getting the fluoride out of it. There's something going on over there. Humble yourselves. You're not as smart as you think. Everybody. You gotta remember, everyone who's an intellectual, who spent their whole life studying the sciences and history and all of it, you spent a lifetime studying nonsense. None of it's real. I was just thinking about earlier, the Earl of Sandwich. You know about that? The guy who invented a sandwich. He was like, oh, let's take some bread and put meat in it, and then bread around it, and now it's a sandwich. That's a true historical story. And you're telling me that's real? You're telling me that there's actually a guy named the Earl of Sandwich who invented the sandwich? No. That's effing stupid. They just made up a bunch of history, and it's like some of it's a friggin' joke. So, like some of it, they're having a flat out, laugh at our expense. There's probably a good 1,000+ years of history just made up. That just never even happened. I guarantee it. Because we don't know. The only time we find archaeological stuff, it's like ancient. Supposedly. We find biblical stuff. And then we find ruins of the old the old ways. The old great society, which is also biblical. The only ruins we find are biblical. We find Roman ruins built on top of the old society. Who knows how long they've been there? I've talked about earlier about the Great Wall of China. I don't believe for a second that the Great Wall of China has been there as long as they say it has. Look at the weathering. It's in mint condition. Look at how the Chinese take care of their stuff. They don't. They let everything rot. The Chinese are the worst at taking care of stuff. I don't want to sound racist, but look at the state of China. Half of them don't even paint their houses because they don't give a crap. They'll ride a bicycle until it disintegrates. Then they'll just get a new one. They don't maintain their crap. And you're telling me that the Great Wall of China has been there for thousands of years? No effing way. No effing way. That was built at another time. Very recently. All that Marco Polo stuff. Complete nonsense. There's no records they kept records in China that go back pretty darn far, and there's no mention of Marco Polo. I think there's mention of building the Great Wall of China like 800 years ago, but there's no Marco Polo. He never went there. He lied about it. If there even was a Marco Polo. All these stories, you think about how when you study history, you learn that a lot of it you got to take with a grain of salt because people talk people up. Look at American history. Look at how deified George Washington is. You know, the dude threw a coin across the he threw a coin across a river to pay a ferryman. You know, as if. Go ahead and throw a coin as far as you can. It's not going to cross a river. No way. That's just a matter of physics. It's too light. You can't do it unless you put a charge behind it, like how a bullet works. Even if you were to slingshot it, when it's not aerodynamic, it's gonna flop. You'd have to build a special sling slide friggin'. Either way, George Washington didn't sling it across the forget the name of it, river. He threw it. You know, just as if. And as I studied history, I found out that a lot of it's nonsense. A lot of the Roman stuff, it's propaganda. It's bullcrap. A lot of what we call Roman history was different. You know, it was just slander. We have records of slander. And if you read a lot of Roman history with an open mind, it's nonsense. There's just no way. They have quotes from people that there was no one there to receive the quote. When Julius Caesar died, you know, do you think they kept records of what he said? No, they just murdered him, if it even happened. Or Nero, the quotes from Nero. No one was there. Who's taking these quotes? All throughout history, we have all these quotes from people who, like, there was no one there to write it down. There's no one there to take the quote. I don't care how smart our forefathers were. Someone can't say something offhand and then someone hear it and then like have it memorized, and then after all the smoke is cleared and they've escaped, you know, whatever hero took that person, they're not gonna remember that quote to write it down and then pass it on to some historian. How did the historian get those records? It's nonsense. It's absolute nonsense. And like people take these things like, oh, you know, isn't that so dramatic? Yeah, it is, isn't it? It's very dramatic. It almost reads like a book, right? It almost reads like fiction, huh? Because it probably effing is. So, you know, take your little intellectual attitude about, you know, how you studied all this crap, and realize probably none of it's true. And I've studied a lot of it too, even though I can't cite the exacts. I always forget specifics, which unfortunately makes me sound like I don't know what I'm talking about. But I do. I just don't remember names and dates and crap all the time. I know that's kind of one of the important parts of history, is names, dates, and places. But, you know, I remember what happened, how things went down. My mind tends to trim the fat. There's nothing I can do about that. One sec. I finally remember to get coffee. Oi! Oi! So anyways, we're getting close to a half hour. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Anyway, love you guys. Missed you. I don't know who's left nowadays. The comment section's a little bare nowadays. Some reviews on my regular videos, unless they're, you know, something I'm gonna get trolled heavily for, but whatever. I love you guys. I actually worry about some that I haven't heard from in a while, so this is usually how I keep in touch with people. There used to be such a nice little community here, and unfortunately a lot of the trolling has kind of ruined it. You know, so, you know, I hate to admit defeat to my enemy, but you hurt me in that respect, that you know, people don't feel as comfortable in the comment section as they used to, and it is what it is. What are you gonna do? maybe people are sick of hearing me pause and say anyway, you know, who knows? Maybe if I'm not angry and ranting and raving about stuff, I'm not interesting. I don't know. Who knows? But kind of, since I'm gonna have some free time coming up, I've been kind of wanting to do a reading. Kind of want to read the Book of Enoch. Just to, I don't know. I want to do something that's not just me talking. I don't know. Anyway, I love you guys so much. I really do. God bless all of you. Have a beautiful night and God bless you.